Listen, guys, did you know that you do not have to open up the door for the police when they come knocking? Did you know that? Because um if they really, really wanted you, like legally can apprehend you, they're not gonna knock on your door. They're gonna kick it in and they're coming for you. Okay? So when a officer comes knocking at your door, just keep in mind that once you open that door, you are now giving them the right to enter. Okay? But as long as you don't open the door, don't show any type of indication that you are in that house, apartment, wherever you are, they cannot come in and apprehend you legally. Okay? Same as for CPS. You do not have to open up your door for them. You don't have to answer to them. You don't have to call them back. You don't have to let them in your home. You don't have to meet them anywhere. You don't have to do any of that, right? But the only problem is if you have a child that is in school, public school, okay? They can now come to the child's school without your permission and talk to that child. So basically, anywhere outside of your home, they have the right to talk to your children without your permission. Okay? But if you're homeschooling, you're lucky. They can't, they don't have access to your children. They will have to go through court to access your children if you are not giving them permission to speak to your child or to see your child. Okay? So go to the policies, guys. Every state has policies. Every state has laws, but first of all, every state has a constitution. Okay? And then above that is the federal constitution, who supersedes the state's constitution. And then above that is the treaties that supersede the constitution. Okay? So I need y'all to know this. Okay? Know your rights as a freaking sovereign, as a citizen, as whatever, just a person roaming this earth. Because and did you know that you didn't have to claim your sovereignty to be sovereign? Like, what type of sense does that make? Once you claim your sovereignty, you become a target, basically. So why would you openly want to be a sovereign? I mean, it's okay to acknowledge the fact that you are sovereign. That's no problem. But I'm saying to apply for sovereignty, did God have to apply for sovereignty? No, he just claimed his sovereignness. Doesn't make sense to me. Like, people are doing stuff that just really, truthfully, it just doesn't make sense. Okay? Because, like, I don't know. To me, it just, you're asking for permission to become free. You're free. You were born free. Okay? So, yes, you have to denounce the birth certificates and things like that, but you can actually cash out on your strawman as well. You know what I'm saying? But that also makes you a target. It's certain ways that you can do it to not actually put yourself on notice, I guess you would say. And then there's ways that you do it to where as though you are put on notice because you want to notify them of certain things, I guess. Some people want to change their name. Some people want to have it written in, I just basically really, I just want to be a part of my nation's treaty. I want to confiscate my nation's land. I want to, so there's certain things that I basically can't ask for. I just have to do it. Those are things that you just have to do. You can't just really ask for it. So you have to do your research and figure out how to go about doing it. All right. But I just want to let you guys know that, be careful who you give jurisdiction to. Just like informed consent, right? A lot of times people don't even have, they're not given the right to opt in or to opt out, right? It's crazy because now they have this, you have to opt out of certain stuff instead of opting in. That's the trick. Y'all have to be careful with that because they'll come at you like, oh, in order for your child not to participate in this, you would have to opt them out, right? Because if not, they're automatically in. They're opted in automatically if you don't take the steps to opt them out. So if you don't know that you have to take those steps to opt your child out of certain things, like their sexual ed classes and stuff like that, then you would be giving them jurisdiction without you even knowing. You know what I'm saying? So this is why we have to dig into these policies, the laws and procedures of each state, okay? Because they kind of are all different. You have your Commonwealth states and things like that that operate basically off the shit. They operate off of whatever the hell they want to do that day, basically. So you have to be very careful in a Commonwealth state, yes. But other than that, you have to know your rights. Okay, you got to know these policies, and you just need to know that we can't be just handing our children over to these people. Okay, we just can't be opening up our doors to these people and not asking questions or not making them pursue getting jurisdiction over you by due process. Okay? Because, yeah, you could say, oh, it's a safety concern and blah, blah, blah. No, they have to notify you within, or they have to reach out to you within 72 hours or something like that or whatever. And if it's beyond that. So it's a time frame for these things. But if you don't know it, then you're going to go along with their game, right? And then you're going to have you and your children caught up in the system. Because they could be coming in to say, oh, we're just doing a health and wellness check. Or we got a call saying that XYZ happened, right? And then when they come in, they find that whatever the call was about was a fraud. But then now they say, oh, okay, well, when was the last time your child went to the doctor? When was the last? We need to see these records, and we need to see that records, and this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So now, you have these people now. They're opening up other doors to interfere with your life off of one false phone call. You understand what I'm saying? So all of this can stem off of one false phone call, can stem to you being investigated and your child getting taken for something totally different than the call, than what the call was made for. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why, no, I'm telling you to stand your ground. Do not let these people enter your home and talk to your children and question you about anything, okay? Because you do have to know and understand that anything that you say will be held against you in the court of law, okay? You have a right to an attorney. So that's the first thing you need to ask for. When a person calls you about your child, or we have a report that XYZ happened. Okay, well, you know what? Let me reach out to an attorney. Okay? And I'm gonna have my attorney get back to you. That's how you do that if you have an attorney. If not, you better act like an attorney. Okay? You go and get those laws and you investigate and you research and you figure out what you need to do in order for your child not to be removed from your home, because some states remove the child while they investigate. Yes. So while you're being investigated, okay, they will remove your child from the home until the investigation is complete. And there's no telling how long that would take, especially if you are not what they consider to be a cooperative parent, all right? Because once your child gets in their jurisdiction, they can do whatever they want to do, all right? And to that child, all right? That's when the child becomes being harmed by sexual abuse and neglect and, all of those things that they be removing the children from the home appears to be happening in the home that they placed them in. Make that make sense, okay? Now, what they're supposed to be doing is making sure that the child remains in the home, and they're supposed to do everything that they need to do to make sure that that happens. So if you're homeless, they're supposed to help you find a house. If it's your education that's holding you back, they're supposed to help you get education. If it's this, that, and the third, this is once you open doors to them and allow them in your home and now become an open case and you will receive services. You understand what I'm saying? But initially, no, they are not supposed to just come in and take your child away from you like that unless... okay, that there is a real true call made that is true, stating that something really happened to your child and it shows, it's evident. Okay? But if there's no evidence of something happening, and listen, bottom line is just don't open your door. Don't open your door. Make those people go through due process and get the courts to summons you, yes, to speak to your children, because that's the process. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to summons you to court. Upon you not opening up your door and giving them jurisdiction to come in, they're supposed to summons you. I'm talking about CPS. But as far as the police, if they come to your door and you don't let them in, if they have a warrant, they coming in, period. If they don't, they may try to get one, or, you know, excuse me. If they don't have a warrant, they may try to obtain one, but at the end of the day, they're going away. They're going away. They are not allowed. They will no longer be able to pursue their investigation upon you not cooperating. And you not cooperating is you not opening up the door. 9 times out of 10, they will go away if they do not have a warrant for you. And if you are not, like I said, under anyone's jurisdiction for anything, like, yeah. So yeah, I'm just letting you guys know, like, we have to stop giving these people jurisdiction over us so easily. Everything, like I said, for every problem, there is a solution, okay? And your solution for this problem is called due process, okay? Nothing can go down without due process. Like most people don't know that you don't even need a license and insurance to drive, okay? If you're not operating in a what is it, a commerce state. So if you're not transporting goods, if you're not doing whatever, traveling for money, whatever, listen, you don't even need a license or insurance. They know that. They've been playing us for the longest. This freaking insurance company shit is nothing but a plot and scheme to get our money to keep us broke. All right? Because if you think about it, the highest insurance is in the hood. For the poorest people pay the most for this insurance. Come on, y'all. Make it make sense. But we have consented to these things. When they pull you over, like, oh, for a license, you're driving without a license, and you go to court and they hit you with all these fines. And most people just go ahead and pay those fines. They don't even question it. Do you have the jurisdiction to do this to me? Hold on, I thought this was a civil matter, because that's exactly what it is. Any traffic infraction is a civil matter. CPS, child support, that's a civil matter. Do you understand me? Stop giving these people jurisdiction. I just had to come to y'all today to just let y'all know this, because this is a high case. Like, this is a major problem in our community. You know what I'm saying? Because, somebody might call the police on you or whatever, and we got to stop doing that too. We got to stop doing that too. Yes. Defund the police, because I am the chief. Stop sucking your teeth, Come on, y'all. We got to start policing ourselves. Stop calling police. Because that's how we end up getting killed. We calling police to get help for a situation, and then it ends up backfiring on you. That's usually how it goes sometimes. I know, I've been there. Done that, been there. Okay? So I don't call the police no more. I'm the police now. I'm police. Okay? I'm not calling police. I'm police. Because police take too long to come. And if it's a state of emergency, then it's a state of emergency. What am I calling the police for? Because the police ain't gonna get there in time to save me. Only you can save you at that moment in time. Now you think about that, okay? Before you decide to call the police again. You see somebody harming your child, caught up in the middle with some sexual, you're the police. Do you understand me? Call the police after, because they come after the crime anyways. Call police after you did what you had to do as a as a person who has the right to protect themselves, okay? I'm telling you right now. And there's plenty of ways and things that you can use to protect yourself without having to use a gun or a knife, okay? But I am not sitting up here advocating for violence or anything like that. I'm just letting you guys know that we got to get our stuff together, man. Stop giving these people jurisdiction over us. And that's just really it. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. Stop giving jurisdiction to these people to, period. Okay? Because they know that y'all afraid. First of all, most people are afraid, so that's why they open the door. Thinking, oh, you all the way on the other side of the door. They ain't got no key. Blah, blah, blah. But you scared. But you're scared. So you're going to open up the door and you're going to incriminate yourself. You open up your home to just be invaded, because then they walk right in and you try to crack your door. They stick in the little thing through so you can't open it, or they putting their foot in so you can't close your door now. No, don't even introduce that. Don't even bring that into your life. Ignore it. Go to another room. Close the door. Act like they're not there. Eventually they will go away. Like I said, if they don't have a warrant, they do not have the jurisdiction to even obtain you. Okay? So they're knocking on your door because of an investigation. 9 times out of 10. And as you all know, with an investigation, you allow it to be investigated. And if they feel as though any crime has occurred due to that investigation, then they will issue a warrant out for you. And then at that point in time, they will come for you. Okay? But if you have somebody knocking at your door, do not answer. Okay? Do not answer. And you make them go through the proper channels to obtain access to you and your family. Period. Okay? And that's a message that I needed to let you guys know today, because this is a serious situation to where as though people are losing their lives and their children because they are opening up the door to people who they shouldn't even be opening up the door for, who they don't have to open up the door for, because they do not have jurisdiction over you. If they did, they would not be knocking. Now you remember that. Wake up, wake up, wake up! I am your host, Chantel, better known as Miss Recycle, and you are officially on the Wake Up and Smell the Coffee Show on the go, Infinity TV. Let's go. Peace.